So today we're going to draw angles using a protractor. So the supplies you will need are a pencil, paper, and your protractor. So pause this video and make sure you are ready. So you may remember when we talked about how to use a protractor to measure angles, we talked about the most important piece of the protractor is this intersection that happens right here. This is where the vertex needs to be positioned in order to get an accurate reading of the measurement of that angle. So this is a blown up version. You're going to position your ray so that the vertex goes here, and one side of the ray is going to go either to the right or to the left from there. Okay, so let's start by drawing a vertex. Okay, then use your straight edge to draw a ray. And make it pretty long so that it can go through the protractor. Alright, so now you need to rotate the paper so that that ray is horizontal, because that's how you're going to position it on your protractor. So the vertex goes on that point of intersection in the middle of the bottom of the protractor through the ruler, and then this needs to be lined up straight over. So you can see at the end of where the readings are, that is where you should see your arrow come through. Now I want to draw a 55-degree angle. Now 55, this angle is opening up to the right, so we're going to use the inside scale. Okay, so I need to find 55, and I can see we're counting by tens here, and here's 50, and then there's 60 right behind it, right? So 55 would be halfway between. I'm going to go to the upper scale to find that halfway point because they drew smaller parts, and I can see where halfway is. So I'm just going to make a little mark there. Then we're going to take the straight edge of our protractor, and we're going to connect the vertex to that point you just drew, and we're going to draw a ray. So we're going to label this as 55 degrees, and then we're going to check and see if we did it correctly, and we're going to do that by rotating our angle so that now it opens to the left. And because it opens to the left, we're going to measure it using the upper scale of our protractor. So line up the vertex, and the ray that you drew should go through the 0-degree line, and the other ray should go through 55. Do you see that? So it doesn't matter which direction we position the angle, the reading will be exactly the same. Now we're going to try drawing another one. So let's start by putting a point and drawing one ray. And it doesn't matter where you position it because we're going to rotate the paper so we line up correctly. So that paper is going to rotate so that this ray lines up along the 0-degree line, which you don't see a 0, but you do see on the inner scale, you see that 10 is there, and 0 would be the next interval over. So we want 130 degrees, so I need to use then the lower scale because we're opening to the right, and I'm going to make a mark at 130 degrees. And then I'm going to line up my straight edge so that I can draw from the vertex through that point we just made. I'm going to put an arrow on it because it is a ray, and this is now our 130-degree angle. I'm going to label that, and then I'm going to check it. I'm going to check it by rotating it the other direction, and then I'm going to line up the protractor so that the vertex is positioned correctly. This ray, the ray we just drew, goes through the 0-degree line over on the other side, which means we're opening up to the left, and we're going to use the upper scale now, and you should see that the original ray you drew does go through 130 degrees. Okay, so you have some practice to do. Let's see how well you can draw and read protractors. Good luck.